In 1923, South Dakota state historian Doane Robinson envisioned gigantic carvings of great Western heroes in the Black Hills. Robinson believed such a spectacular attraction would bring tourists to the area and give a boost to the state's economy. He invited Gutzon Borglum, a noted sculptor of monumental status, to give his opinion as to whether such a thing could be done. Borglum enthusiastically confirmed that it could, and that he was precisely the man to do it. Robinson then had to win over skeptical citizens of South Dakota and other critics. Eventually, Robinson was able to win the necessary support to realize his dream. The 4 American presidents carved into the granite of Mount Rushmore were chosen by the sculptor to commemorate the founding, growth, preservation, and development of the United States. They symbolize the principles of liberty and freedom on which the nation was founded. George Washington signifies the struggle for independence and the birth of the Republic. Thomas Jefferson, the territorial expansion of the country. Abraham Lincoln, the permanent union of the states and equality for all citizens. And Theodore Roosevelt, the 20th century role of the United States in world affairs and the rights of the common man. Gutzon Borglum was 58 years old when he began designing Mount Rushmore in 1925. Although he is primarily known for this great artistic feat, he had been a successful sculptor for decades before this memorial was conceived. The son of Danish immigrants, Borglum was reared in the western frontier of America at the end of the 19th century. It was a time of great national confidence and expansion, 2 characteristics that often found expression in Borglum's work. Only 17 miles away is Crazy Horse Memorial, the world's largest mountain carving. It's considered the 8th wonder of the world in progress. The memorial would depict the Oglala Lakota warrior Crazy Horse, riding a horse and pointing to his tribal land. The memorial was commissioned by Henry Standing Bear, a Lakota elder. On November 7, 1939, Henry Standing Bear wrote to the Polish-American sculptor Korczak Zielkowski, who worked on Mount Rushmore under Gutzon Borglum. He informed the sculptor, "My fellow chiefs and I would like the white man to know that the red man has great heroes too." Standing Bear also wrote a letter to Undersecretary Oscar Chapman of the Department of Interior, offering all of his own fertile 900 acres in exchange for the barren mountain for the purpose of paying honor to Crazy Horse. The government responded positively, and the U.S. Forest Service, responsible for the land, agreed to grant a permit for the use of the land. The memorial is a nonprofit undertaking and does not accept federal or state funding. The Memorial Foundation finances the project by charging fees for its visitors, earning revenue from its gift shops, and receiving contributions. Ziolkowski reportedly was offered $10 million for the project from the federal government on 2 occasions, but he turned the offers down. He felt the project was more than just a mountain carving, and he feared that his plans for the broader educational and cultural goals of the memorial would be overturned by federal involvement. After Ziolkowski died in 1982 at age 74, his widow Ruth took charge of the sculpture, overseeing work on the project as CEO from the 1980s to the 2010s. Ruth died in May of 2014 at age 87, and her daughter Monique became CEO, and 3 of her siblings continue to work on the project, as well as 3 of Ziolkowski's grandsons. Good morning. It's Saturday, September 26th, and we are leaving the campground at 6:58 a.m., and we're headed back to Crazy Horse Memorial. We found out in a restaurant the other day that this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, is a huge event at the memorial. It's called the Volksmarch. This event happens twice a year. It happens in June and it happens in September, and we just happened to luck out and be here the weekend in September that it takes place. This is the largest organized hike in America, and I think the record year they had about 15,000 that hiked this trail. What this does is this takes you right up to the arm and the face of Crazy Horse. It's a 10K hike, 6.2 miles, and you get to walk right up on top of the monument. So that's pretty special, because any other time of the year, it's a pretty long view over to the memorial. So this ought to be quite the experience. What it costs you to get in is 3 cans of food per person, and that food goes towards a food pantry. And then to do the trail, it's $3 per person. So that's a pretty good deal and pretty good experience. So we're looking forward to it, and we should be there in about 40 minutes.
We're here for the hike.
All right, we paid our $3, got our ticket, and that's the start right behind us. Let's see here, it's 8:17 a.m., just a beautiful day, a little cool, about 48 degrees, and we're ready to get started. Thank you. Well, we're 1.5 miles in, and we're getting closer. I see 3 people standing up there, but I doubt any of those are the hikers. So we've got about, we're about halfway. About another 1.5 miles to go till we get up there and walk across his arm.
Well, we're going to wrap it up. What a cool day this has been. What an experience to be up here so close. The detail on him is just incredible. And I wish they would be able to complete this in my lifetime, but it's not going to happen.
No.
But what a cool experience.
This is Crazy Horse is one of those monuments that I've always loved as a little kid in school. I read about it in my weekly reader, and I always wanted to come see him. And we were out here in 2001 and came out here this year, 2020, and then heard about this hike and couldn't be more excited. Never thought I would get to see his face up this close.